Yeah,
There's like
you
a
say
5-second lag when you start OBS.
Can you hear
All
this
right.
okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Now we're good?
Yep.
Podcast
Right now.
A podcast
Podcast.
right now. Hello, listeners, and welcome to Podcast Right Now, episode 144. This is Saturday,
Hey,
April.
I'll catch up in a second. I gotta let the dog out. So you guys go ahead and start.
April 25th, 2020. My name's John Michelle. I am a person who likes to talk onto microphones. Joining me today, we have a man with a new haircut. He's an expensive dog. He's doing his best to take care of himself, and he's keeping away from the Oreos this week, we hope. Let's check in with old Chirp Daily. Hey, Kev, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. I have not had an Oreo since the last time we spoke.
Nuh-uh.
No,
Really?
that's true. They ran out and we didn't buy more. It turns out that that's all you have to do, and then the Oreos just go away.
Buy them all.
Oh.
Buy them all, eat them all, and then you break the supply chain. So okay. Well, you look thin. We're on
It's
video.
all in my belly.
So we're on video chat this week, listeners, so we can all see each other. We thought that would be a fun way to try it out, see if the bandwidth holds up. Also on the podcast this week, you know this guy. He's the one who makes it sound nice. He interjects his opinions in and out of every conversation of the PCRN experience. I've known this guy since he was vacuuming carpets all the way back in the day. I met him. It was like a Goodwill Hunting type scenario. He was solving all these equations on the fifth grade chalkboard in my dad's class. My dad was a teacher, and they were like, "Who's solving all these problems?" He's a friendly man. He's a kind man. He's a forgiving man. Carl, how are you, Carl boy?
I'm doing wonderful this week. Thank you. That's quite an introduction.
Well, I just want you to know that
nice
I think you're a great swell individual, and I think you're doing more than you're getting credit for. Does that make sense?
Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. Actually.
All right.
No, I got something to say about that right now. No.
How are you doing? Are you eating? Are you finding that quarantine survival is strange, or are you starting to acclimate? Where are we at, Carl?
Well, I get to work, so 5 days a week.
That is true. You do get to work.
Yeah.
So really, it's kind of like just things got weird at work, and then I come home, and then it's not that bad.
And I'm stuck here all the time. I can't play, shows. That's the part that sucks the most. I was telling Zane earlier.
Yeah.
I can't play the music. That's been a big outlet.
Yeah. And for anyone who's listening that hasn't had the thrill of getting on a stage, whether it's doing an open mic comedy thing, whether it's doing open mic, bring your acoustic guitar, try to prepare a song, or being with a legit band and playing, a 45-minute set, like, that's kind of a drug, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so,
well,
similar to my trivia gig too, like, not that it's as cool as playing in a band or anything like that, but same rules. No bars, no restaurants, no fun times with a stage and like 40 people all standing shoulder to shoulder, so it's weird. We got we have a friend of the family on the podcast this week. His name is TV's Joe Concerto, and he currently, I think he said he is walking his dog, so he'll be joining us soon, listeners. We're happy to have you on this episode, and we got a whole bunch of fun shit to talk about. And in these strange, uncertain, troubling times with this deadly killer, this secret assassin that floats among us. I don't know. Some stuff will hit this podcast. Kim Jong-un, is he alive? Is he a vegetable? Has he passed already, and it hasn't hit the news channels yet? We got we'll do some video game chat, we'll do some movie chat, try to give you some recommendation. talk about some of the stuff we've been playing, why we like it, why we hate it, why we think it's mediocre, why we think it's amazing, and what else. My brother Joel is going to join us a little later in the podcast. Turns out he has a very he has a very fun raccoon story. Was that a drop, Carl?
Yeah.
You son
That
of
was
a bitch.
that was your fart. That drop came from your butt.
Oh, you know what? I recognize the timbre. So my brother's going to join us, the Super Shark Johnson. He's got a great raccoon story for you guys. You're going to love it. And then we have once Joe gets back as well, we'll do some more trivia games. All right, let's get into it, boys. COVID-19, the spread is real. The viral threat is here. Kevin, we thought you and I both had a talk on the phone the other day that we thought this would be over, months ago, and then here we are, and we did not have that talk. Comments?
Yeah, you said a lot there. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm still wondering whether any of this is real, to be honest.
Alternate reality.
I think we've all been tricked. I think we've been cucked. I think maybe part of this whole scheme was to kill Kim Jong Un.
Carl, what do you think, man? So they announced in Ohio no school reopenings this year. I think a lot of people. I think I saw that coming. Like I think a lot of people saw that coming. Like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna open in May, and then we're gonna go for a couple weeks, and then we'll be done. Or like it didn't have a huge impact on us, but it definitely started hitting home with the kids. Like they were sitting around at the table the other night, and they were like, oh, we're not going to have like field day at the end of the year and some of the fun stuff that they look forward to at the end of the year. So that's been really weird. Constable So Boring joining us. What's up, bro? Carl, how are you taking all this, man?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking survive.
You're just surviving,
I
man.
don't know. Yeah, I'm staying away from people. That seems
Yeah.
like the safe, smart move.
Yeah. Now, what do you think
this
about
is a
a porch hang?
simulation, or if this is what's that?
What do you, I wanted your opinion on the porch hang.
I'm all right with the porch hang. 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 feet. It's like 2 or 3 people. Have a beer and then go about your day and get out of there. No hugging, no high fives, none of that.
Yeah.
And then Purell before and after. I feel like that's kind of like if you're longing for social interaction, go do a porch hang with a friend of yours that you haven't seen in a few weeks.
I've done porch hangs. I had one with Zane earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a Zane creep around. I've been going over to my brother Jordan's on like every couple week basis, and he has this great beer from Boulevard Brewing Company called Tank 7, and we call it a 7 at 7, so 7 feet with the Tank 7. We've been having fun with that, and got to see my dad and his wife today. They all met up over there, and I have not seen them since maybe a couple of weeks before all this started. So it was just kind of weird to see your pep and not be able to wrap those arms around it and say, hey, hey, I miss you, Dad. Give him a kiss on the cheek like the old days, especially they're in the older variety of life. So you gotta, I don't know, just gotta take care of everybody. But
well, I hope we all survive.
Well, sure. I mean, that's the end game, that we all survive and limit the spread, limit the casualties. But the reality of it is people are going to die. That's Kevin. Someone else has to. You guys got to talk to me. Come on.
People are going to die. There could be a fucking second wave too. Mutations. This could get worse.
They talk about. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, Tested, and they've been doing pretty good coverage of all this. because it's a science and technology podcast, not just because it's a podcast and they're like, oh, let's talk about it. Um, but they were saying the misconception of the term strain versus like a mutation. You know what I mean? Like how many possible strains there really are, and how many are being reported for COVID-19. And apparently, it's not nearly as like drastic as maybe what you might read, that there are X amount of strains or mutations, but there are like 4 or so currently that they know of, like major ones, so
Well,
I don't know.
the
It just
thing
takes
with the
one.
mutations is like the one that's killing people is because it's like right in a sweet spot of being deadly enough to kill X many people, but not so deadly that that it can't get passed on. So the mutations almost certainly are going to make it less effective as a virus than what it currently is, or
Okay.
what the dangerous one is, or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense because look, if you look at the, whatever the one that made it over here first, or the one that started in the beginning in Wuhan. Um, let's see, a virus that can attach to a host that the host won't know that they have the virus, won't show symptoms for a week or two. That's pretty. That's some ruggish, thuggish bone as far as a virus is concerned. It's like that's some next level shit. Most viruses, yeah, they your SARS or your Spanish bird flu. Yeah, you got it.
And like viruses shouldn't like want to kill their hosts, right?
Yeah, it's not super smart on the part of
It-
the virus, but
yeah.
they can't help themselves.
Like every
But I mean, if they're
living organism.
evolving and getting better, it's
Yeah.
going to be less likely when it mutates, right? Or am I just stupid and not a scientist?
No.
Like,
It's
does
the
that make
same
sense
for
that it would
no.
be less likely to kill in the next mutation because it's getting better, it can live longer if it doesn't kill you? Or is that stupid?
Yes.
Its goal,
Yeah.
its main goal is to reproduce, just like every other mammal, plant, whatever on the planet, right? That's survival and reproduction is the
Yeah.
end game. And yeah, if you can, like, so Ebola, that's a shitty virus because it'll wipe you out before it has a chance for you to come in contact with other people and spread it. Super dangerous, but containable, or I would say more containable than like a COVID-19 because of the whole having it and not knowing you have it thing and all that. So when you guys are going out, are you masking? Like, Carl, I know you're working. Are you guys wearing masks at work? Kevin, if you've gone to the grocery store, have you put a bandana around that beautiful smile of yours? Where are we at?
I just put a melanzana up, like
Okay.
a hoodie, basically, and I bite on
Well, Kevin, it's harder for you to go out now.
Joe is, hold on, joining the podcast now live via
Joe's
the
here?
internet. It's TV's Joe Gazzaro. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just had a dog issue. I walked out to go get another beer, and then I thought I smelled a poop. She sits in the cage a lot, and she's pretty good at being house trained, but it turned out it was just a fart. So I let her out just to make sure. But we're all good. Everything's fine.
The fart.
Great. Thank
But
God.
what I was gonna say, Kevin, it must be tough for you to go out in public. You've just accumulated so much mass in the past couple of weeks that people are just pulled to your new gravitational pull.
They're pulled
I
to
mean,
the pole.
they would be if I could get out my front door, but
Ugh.
it's just standard code. It's not built for wide loads.
The Oreo master from Clintonville, Ohio. Kevin, you said you've cut back since Joe's just joining us. Joe, he claims that if you buy out the grocery store stock, then there's no more Oreos to be had. Therefore, he has to choose a healthier snack.
No, I just meant if you stop buying them for yourself, then they won't be at your house.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought you bought them out.
No.
If you
No, you
Just
can just
stop
stop
buying
buying
them.
them, and then they aren't in the other room, and then you don't eat them.
if you
Yeah.
buy them out, I feel like Nabisco should send a letter of warning to your house. Hey, what are you doing over there? Let's calm the shit down, pal.
Just so we're clear, legally, Oreos are not dinner. Like you can't do that.
Legally, they're not dinner.
Legally, not dinner.
Yeah,
All right.
Nabisco's got a big waiver you got to sign.
That's a legal thing.
More like a big wafer. You gotta.
Ah, now you're
Um,
cooking with gas, John.
So I heard an opinion that I thought was interesting, and it was that if you're masking up, the scientific data is kind of all over the place as far as the effectiveness of you know spreading it, catching it, all of that. Like it's so small that it's basically like if you see someone not wearing a mask, they're just as prepared as you are. They just maybe they're looking at the data or something a little closer. There's nothing saying right now that wearing a mask to the grocery store is going to significantly reduce your chances of spreading or catching it. The big one right now is the hand washing. That's huge, and that's across the board. But and I think I agree with this, but the opinion is out there that wearing the mask is a really nice, super visible public way of saying, like, it's more of a sentimental thing. It's like, okay, I got the mask on, you got the mask on. We all care about this. We all want to stop this. Let's all non-verbally show each other, hey, this is something I can do. And even if it's a 5% or 10%, little bump in your likelihood of not catching it or not spreading it, then hey, cheers on you. I think if you don't, or I think if you do have it, I think it's a lot higher, or a much better reason why you should be wearing it. But I like that idea of just like, hey, I'm advertising with this stupid thing on my face and my glasses all fogged up while I'm trying to find my mother-in-law's specific trail mix that she likes. That like, hey, I'm on board, I'm game, can we all fucking agree that this sucks and we gotta stomp this out if we can.
It's like if you're padding a D&D stat, you get like plus 50 to resist COVID and then minus 2 to vitality because you can't see shit, right? Maybe that would be minus 2 to dexterity because you have to fumble around a bit more with your glasses situation there.
Yeah. Well, I just did a bandana the one time I went out, and I noticed it just fogged the hell out of my glasses, and I was in a bad mood because I was going through this huge list of like super specific items with coupons that were like it had to go with certain items, so it had to be the right brand and shit. Like I wanted to die, and so what's nice is under the mask I can constantly mouth, "Fuck this, fuck you, fuck your face." I can say all that to other people right to their face. I'm not saying it, but I'm mouthing it, and I can snarl, and no one has to see that. So
I think I'm working on 2 weeks now without going back to the grocery store. I have a local beer store next to me. That's my spot to just walk in and grab a couple 6-packs. Many of them have been Boulevard that I've been turned on to recently.
nice. Which one are you going for the Boulevard?
I mix it up. So I think the last time I had the Scotch barrel thing, I don't remember what it's called. It was good. I think the tank is still my favorite one.
Tank is solid, and then I recommend Space Camper.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
If you see that, definitely grab it. It's a good one.
Okay. What is it?
IPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't wear the mask just going in there because they've got a system. No more than 6 people in the store at a time. Once you go into the store, they've got a spray set up for you to immediately wash your hands. And then pretty good about being distant in the store. I mean, it's a small store, but not that many people to worry about. So I feel much better about going in there to get beer than like the gas station.
Full on, or like a full on Kroger visit.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they carry the blood there too, so I re up on those.
yeah.
I've been
Blood of the Christ.
strategically going to the gas station on Lane Avenue because my theory is it's right next to Ohio State campus, which is vacated right now.
It's a good
So
theory.
I'm going to that gas station specifically because I expect it to be lower traffic.
Oh,
And it might be the cheapest I've ever seen a 24 rack of Natter days.
What's your action on that?
$10.
Ooh,
Damn.
yeah.
bad.
That breaks down to nearly 35 cents a can, Kevin. Check my math.
Yeah, I mean it's 40, but yeah.
You're wrong, John. You suck.
But I was close. You said 40 cents a can?
Yeah. You
I'm
did
actually
you did
shocked.
try.
No, I threw a number out, and I'm shocked I was as close as I was. So
It was the wrong number, though, so it doesn't matter.
Cheers to me. Everyone bump your can against the camera. Yes. Cheers to John for kind of being 5 cents off. Fuck you, Joe. You don't know.
You don't have a camera. You fucking, there he is.
He turned his camera on, and then he immediately turned his camera off.
Like his damn birthday on Facebook.
So let's I'm glad everyone's well. I don't know, this whole thing sucks. That's what I tried to explain to the kids when they were telling me, they were talking to me about how, hey, like it's setting into like no field day. My teacher was awesome. I miss second grade. They've been doing online like meetups, so I'll set them up with the iPad or the mic and the cameras, and they're seeing friends and stuff like that. But like it's finally landing on my 8-year-old that like this blows, and the only advice that I could give her was, sometimes like things suck. Like it's okay. There's not like a like this just sucks. It's just a bummer, and we're gonna try to have fun. And you can look at the positive side. Like our family, we all get to hang out together, which is cool because during the normal hustle bustle, the weekly grind that was before February 2020, back to the normal days. Maybe I only get an hour or a couple hours for me and you to do something, every day, and then it's like we're always kind of waiting for the weekend, and then oh shit, we got a lot of yard work to get done, so it's like that's a positive. Like we get to hang out.
You guys were living that lover boy lifestyle. Everybody's working for the weekend.
Well, we were, and now it's my wife's working from home, I'm working from home, and it's our crew, it's our posse all day. From when you wake up to when you go to bed. It's just the whole day. I mean, it's
a lot of posse.
It's got its pros and cons. But I was trying to find a silver lining for the kid, because it was hitting her. This blows. I'm like, I know. That's what viruses do. They yeah. That's what a pandemic will do. It'll make your you're not going to field day. That's not happening. There won't be doubles, there won't be foot races, there won't, it sucks.
Will she be more inclined to study the sciences because she wants to eradicate future problems for future second graders to go into? You should ask that of her.
Yeah, I should ask her that. If I had to guess her answer, I would say no. I would. She's kind of she kind of takes after her dad.
Then. Yeah.
No, yeah. She takes after her dad. Egberts are non-essential. Basically, we produce music, art, podcasts. Things of this nature. So, she draws all the time. I mean, she's an art nerd, kind of like her pop. But
hey,
Chad's here. He wants to be able to sub. I'll figure it out, buddy. We love you.
I came in late. Did you guys already determine if Kim Jong-un is dead or?
No, that's the topic we're about to move on right now. We just kind of wrapped up the whole just
Sweet.
check in general COVID-19 convos, and Kim Jong-un. Joe, educate me. What is the status?
He's a man in charge of North Korea. He's had a heart surgery to have a stent put in, apparently, Rumor has it that the surgeon got shaky hands and it didn't go so well. This was a couple days ago. Hasn't been seen in public since April 11th.
That surgeon's fucked, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Oh, they'll
probably
kill
dead.
him. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah. So we're sitting on, 14
fucked
days
up.
of non-seeing Kim Jong-un. But yeah, rumor has it he's everything from dead to vegetative state to perfectly healthy. So yeah, thoughts on the rumor mill. For what it's worth, TMZ reported
Joe.
dead. They are the one who first got Gibson. They got Mel Gibson dead to rights.
TMZ. The first that I saw of it today was TMZ, and they said the reports were that he's either dead or like not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it.
So I got a question. If you guys had a choice between being dead in a vegetative state or perfectly healthy, what would you want?
Perfectly healthy.
Yeah,
Carl?
I would want to be perfectly healthy.
Joe?
I mean, I don't know what. Well, hold on. That's not a fair question because
Where you
I don't know
going?
what dead is, right?
Where are you going with this?
Maybe dead
you
is
have,
awesome.
you have to roll the
Heavy.
dice.
Seems like a trick question. How long do I get to be in the vegetative state?
Also, roll the dice. You don't know.
Was I born into it, or did I already live a good life and then ended up into it?
Joe, remember
you just
the
get, you're
from
placed
micro-
randomly in the distribution
everything.
of people who are in a vegetative state.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like overall life term. Am I living a perfectly healthy life and then dying at 80, or am I living like a moderately okay life until 50 and then get into a vegetative state till I'm 150 because technology keeps me alive?
Huh?
What?
Mathematically, I want to have the most number of years of brain function, I guess, is what I'm
Even
saying.
if the brain function is just like controlling your breathing and stuff?
Oh, no, then shoot me in the face.
Okay.
but not the face, your head, like the computer. You don't want to be one of these guys, a cry for help, shot in the face, and then it's like you survive. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
you'd be
for
like
this-
that guy from Boardwalk Empire.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, it's a thing. People try to commit suicide and then they just shoot their face off, and then they just didn't. The angle was wrong. You know, you gotta.
That's a really weird thing to think about because so you had somebody that wanted to kill themselves, right? So 1 minute you want to kill yourself, and then 5 minutes later, you've
still
got
alive.
you've got a gunshot through your face, and you have to walk around with your face being blown off, and the knowledge that you failed at killing yourself by shooting yourself in the head. And you don't still want to kill yourself.
Well,
like,
that's
how
what
did-
happens, man.
And you wake up. You
talk
wake
to
up to people saving you. You're like,
Yeah.
God damn it, no.
No, they talk to you and they're like, and then something happens in the human psyche where it's like, wow, I put buckshot through my eyes, nose, and jaw, and here I am still alive on this planet. It must be a gift from God. I'm supposed to live. There's something I'm supposed to continue doing on this mortal,
miracle.
realm.
All right, I'm convinced. Let's try it.
It's empowering.
A miracle.
Well, and when you say perfectly healthy too,
Joe!
that's not.
Joe!
It's not about the economic situation. You could be perfectly healthy, work
Carl.
at Exxon for 45 years
What?
of your life. Is that
Tell
perfectly
him.
healthy?
Carl, tell him
But what?
his mic, man.
Oh, just get off it.
Are you guys not hearing that?
Hey, he's loud, I guess.
Joe, you gotta do the 2 to 3 inches from. remember-
I'm 2 to 3 right now.
Now you are.
That's better.
I just think it's really curious that those people don't just kill themselves like next week.
What?
Like,
So if it was me, I would be like, okay, everybody left the room. What's sharp in here? How can I get the blood out of my body? Because like you said, Kevin, you lost your girlfriend, you lost your job, whatever you're dealing with all these issues. Then you decide, you make the choice. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my own life, and then I blow that. Just like I blew it with my job and I blew it with my ex-wife,
But
Yeah,
maybe that means you
mystery.
succeeded at life, though. If you look at it on the flippy floppy.
flip-flop it.
Yeah,
Flip it.
you
Maybe
succeeded at
flip it and reverse it.
besting death.
Yeah, but maybe you just screwed your angle up on the old suicide, you know?
I mean, maybe you screwed your angle up on your whole fucking life, but you survived shooting yourself in the face.
This is a good point. This is a good point. Well, I mean, that should be the opinion of a healthy mind after any, terrible life event. It's like, okay, oh, that was horrible. Let's pull it back together. Let's get back out there. Let's, but that's not the status of most. Not everybody,
That's probably statistically a very deep hole to crawl out of and find any kind of comfort.
Wait, the losing the job and the wife, or losing the job and the wife and failing at suicide.
Yeah, that one. I think that
one.
you're probably still on a path that's no good.
Right, but I'm saying before you get to suicide, just the losing of the job and the wife, it's like, okay, reevaluation, recreation. Let's attack this thing even harder.
No.
Yeah,
People do that a lot.
yeah. So Kim Jong Un, what's your bets? I guess. Can we do that?
Do we want to put $1
Dead.
on
I
the
think I'll put
status?
$1 on it. Let's put $1
Yeah.
on it. Carl says dead. I say vegetative. Kevin?
I think he's vegetative now, but he will recover.
And-
We've not seen the last of him.
Okay.
All right.
How
Okay.
old is he,
You
guys?
sound like he's the shredder.
How old is he?
Young, isn't
Ju-
he? Kind
Probably
of?
40.
Yeah, he's
45?
a
I
young
don't know.
man. He's not. Yeah.
For a horrible
Rodman-
dictator.
What does Dennis Rodman think? Has he weighed in on this yet on Twitter or anything? Hall of Fame NBA player Dennis Rodman, aka the Worm.
I thought about him earlier today because I tried to make a cranberry vodka. And I don't know if you guys were ever fans of Celebrity Apprentice, but
I was when you were watching it, because I think we were living together and you watched it all the time, and I think we made a few.
yeah, Rodman had a pretty amusing stint on that show. We found out that he likes cranberry vodkas a lot.
Is this?
You know what? They're not bad,
Tito and
actually.
vodka.
No,
Tito
it's-
and
Well, any vodka and cranberry juice, right?
okay,
Yeah. Cranberry
Maybe a
juice
lime?
and vodka.
Maybe throw
Yeah.
a lime on top.
Yep,
as a
you would
garnish?
garnish with a lime. Yep. And probably cranberry juice cocktail, I think, more often than actual.
Yeah, the sugar stuff.
Yeah.
Not real cranberry juice. It turns out, what's funny is about cranberry juice. The cranberry juice cocktail tastes a lot better than just cranberry juice. I don't know how cranberry, as a cultivated organism, has made it this long. Is it the antioxidant properties of it or something? Is that why? Is it medicinal? Because it's not good.
If you're out on the first
not
date,
great.
you're just letting your first date know, hey, pal, my UTI's cleared up by the time we were fucking.
That's what it is. People that go A to V, and then they need to, they get an infection and have to, right? A UTI. That's why cranberry is
A to V.
still cultivated. Okay. It's okay to learn, guys,
Yeah.
So the only thing about this bet, I've got my papers here in front of me.
Did you put your bet in?
Hear that?
Did you put your wager in?
Yeah, I said dead for $1.
Dead. Okay.
Kevin says he'll come back. John, you said vegetative state. I don't think we're ever going to learn if he was actually in one, though. That's the tricky part.
On this date. Well, I mean, all the data coming out of there. I mean, they're not going to tell the truth, right? So.
Yeah.
But then how would you know if he was alive or dead or died, a week ago, or is actually fine and this whole thing's a.
Well, if he's fine, he'll turn
Or
up
if he's
tomorrow and
been a
say,
hologram the whole
fine.
time.
Yeah.
I bet North Korea is going to go to the pet store and just buy another dude who's like 5'7", 200 pounds and tell us all that Kim Jong-un is fine.
Has a cool bowl cut.
We were all away at this COVID camp and Jong-un.
It's like, wait a minute, I don't remember him having that stripe on his neck.
His bowl cut is tight, though.
No, I do like his cut. That's like some Zeph shit, like some D. Antwoord shit, right?
Yeah, he's a pretty Zeph North Korean, I guess.
This would be a good excuse for our listeners to watch The Interview.
I
That was a
love-
really funny movie.
No, I've seen it like 4 times. I think that movie's hilarious.
And whoever
Yeah.
that guy is that portrayed Kim Jong Un in that movie, I just thought that was limitlessly amusing how they portrayed him in that movie.
Super charming, super likable. Yeah. No, he was on that actor, wasn't he on Mad TV, or am I
Yeah,
am I
that sounds
crazy?
familiar. Yeah, I wanted to say John Cho, and I know that's not right.
Here you
but,
go. You
Was it
call
was
him-
it Bobby?
No, you call him Randall Park is the actor's name.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah. And he was also in Always Be My Maybe, which was a huge hit just a few months ago on Netflix. It's like kind of a romantic comedy.
Seeing
And
Fresh
then-
Off the Boat as well.
He is. Yeah, he is. Is that good?
It's all right. Yeah,
It's a show.
it's a show. I've seen a couple episodes. It's all right.
Well, I have it all here in front of me. I really like him in the Ant-Man movies. He's like the caseworker for Scotty Lang, and he has to like go check in and make sure he's staying on house arrest with Ant-Man and Wasp. Did you Marvel Comics? Ant-Man. Hello. Did you guys? No one see it? Did you see this,
It's a good
Joe?
film. It's a great film.
Joe.
I
Yeah,
prefer
I saw-
Ant-Man.
saw it.
though.
Yeah.
The first.
So he's more of a bit role side actor, but I like that guy.
Wait, did you say Ant-Man or Ant-Man and Wasp?
Both. He's in both of them.
Oh, he's in both. Okay.
I think, yeah. But good shit. Good shit. So did you write down the info? Did you write down the data, Joe? What's the prize? What do we say? We all do $1.
A
But
dollar.
like you-
Yeah.
But like you said, how do you prove any of this?
Yeah.
BBC? I mean,
Well, if he shows up alive tomorrow, Kevin obviously wins.
Okay.
He says
Big
that we
black
haven't seen
cock?
the last of him.
so really Kevin and I
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
get $2 if he survives.
No, wait. You said
If he
you
is-
said vegetative state on the way to death.
No, I didn't say on the way to death. I said
I-
vegetative.
Feel like vegetative implies on the way to death.
Yeah.
Well, you're a pessimist. That could mean new awakenings, new beginnings. You come out of it, they pull the air tube out. Look at you jumping around, getting
So
shit
you-
done.
So
going to
you're,
work.
you're
His
saying
glass is
you're
half
saying
full.
alive. You're saying alive.
I'm saying alive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, vegetative and recovers.
Okay.
If he's not already shooting Jays with old Dennis Rodman right now.
Okay.
Who knows?
We're gonna have to be on the lookout for body doubles. They got a lot of those body doubles. Takes 2 or 3 North Koreans to equal 1 Kim Jong Un. They're very emaciated there, but
What
it'll
I
be
want to know is during his entire medical experience, did they discover if he has a butthole or not?
I don't understand this reference.
A lot of North Koreans
he
believe
not?
that their leaders don't have a butthole.
A butt.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a talking point in the interview.
Yes, and that's why
Yep.
I know it.
I see.
That's
I-
where I get all my news on Kim Jong
Seth,
Un and
no,
North
Seth
Korean
Rogen
state.
comedies is typically where I get my information. Yeah.
Is this a film worth watching, or is it?
Yes, that's
Oh,
what we're
yes,
saying.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
100% yes. Oh, hey, you know what happened since we recorded a podcast, you guys? This is a topic we should have written down on the show notes and teased, but happy 420.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. it was
Kevin,
a- it was a
Kevin,
Monday.
did you
Happened.
take a little time to talk to Mr. Chong, or
No, I'm a nervous Nettie. You know, I don't enjoy it as much as I wish I did. So it's rare for me to get high. Part of it might be I need to go back to just vaping it, because for a while there I was just eating it every time, and that's tough 'cause you can't really, but you can't control it really, so you don't know until it hits you, and then you're just locked in for, it's almost like a psychedelic or something. So yeah, I did not celebrate 420. I'm gonna try maybe to start doing that instead of just drinking every day. But yeah,
Cool.
that's my 420 news.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you where it's more of a hassle than it is like fun with the marijuana leaves. Where I guess I'll say prior to the whole stay at home quarantine situation, I was much more of a kind of hit it like for a, hit the bowl like like maybe once or twice a month, and then regret it for the first hour, like just panic and oh yeah, this is terrible. I wonder if I did my taxes right, or I wonder if like the cops are going to come hang out for some reason. I don't think I'll be in trouble, but maybe I'll have to talk to them tonight or something. Like I would get weird paranoia, um, and then um, and then once this whole COVID thing started, and I'm home more, and I kind of got a lay of the land here. I think I have an understanding of how this week to week works, based on the last month of being a homeschool teacher during the day, preparing trivia, doing online trivia, that kind of thing. Um, I've warmed up to it a little bit, and I've gotten a little more comfortable with my tolerance and the paranoia. And so on 420, at 420, we were just about to embark on like a pre-dinner um, like walk just down to the pond. There's some ponds over here in Minerva Park, and we were gonna go walk down there, hang out, run around, whatever, with the kids, get some energy out. And right before I did that, my phone said, "Oh, Doug Benson is live on Instagram," and I said, "Oh, what's this?" I forgot that it was that date and that time and all that. And I hit it. I open it up, and it's him and Jeff Tate and Joe. Uh, I think yeah. You were there, right? Didn't we go see Doug Benson live and Jeff Tate was there?
This is correct. Yes.
Yeah, at the Columbus Funny Bone, and both comedians that I really like, but also both very stony comedians. And so we we went to we went on the walk, but before going on the walk, it's Doug Benson and Jeff Tate, and they're like co-streaming on Instagram, and they're both smoking out. And I was like, oh, that's right, it is 420, and the time is currently 420. And so I go to the kitchen into my wife's stash. She's the smoker, so we always have it around, but she's the one who it's almost medicinal. It like kind of helps her with her anxiety, depression bullshit. And so I jump into her little stash there, and pack up a respectable little bowl. And she's in the office, working on her job. And I pop in there. I say, "Hey, happy 420," and we each take a little hit. And then the walk that follows with the children, some of the best conversation I've had with my kids. The sun is shining. The breeze is flirting with your beard hairs. I couldn't report a better experience. I thought I would be like, oh, nervous or whatever, but really enjoyed myself. And then that night, you were talking about the interview, Kevin. We smoked more of the wacky tobacco, illegal Schedule II narcotic in the state of Ohio, and we watched the interview. So kind of a
Nice.
similar. Or what did I say? Interview. I'm sorry. Pineapple Express was the jam because of 420. We were like, "What's a good weed movie?" And it turns out wife hadn't seen it for more than a few years, so a lot of it was kind of newish to her. And then we also watched something called the uncut, like uncensored version, which was basically just anytime those actors would get into an improv like zone, they would include like just longer cuts of familiar scenes that you've seen. So lot of fun. Had a lot of fun on the 420. More fun than I thought I would, or that I've cared about since I was, a young 29-year-old or something like that. So, Carl Boy, did you find yourself with red eyes, or did you get into anything? Did you get up to some trouble?
He might not be here.
He might be muted. Are you? He is muted.
Oh, I am muted. Sorry.
There we go. What?
Yeah,
How
I had to
did you
work that
enjoy
day.
How'd you enjoy Hitler's birthday, Carl?
Ugh. I had to work that day, but then after that, I got high and I played some video games.
But you just did the standard thing, like
Yeah. Well, I did I got the oils.
okay.
I smoke the oil. What do they call that?
How do you do that?
The
what
tank.
Do you just? The vaping. The vaping.
Yeah, the vape.
I got you. I'm with you. Okay. I like the vaping. I like the flowers, but Kevin, my favorite is the edibles because it doesn't have the spike or the come up that the other options have. I know you're kind of locked into it, like mushrooms or something like that. Like once you've decided what you've eaten, that's kind of game over, and you got to ride it out. But if if you don't like that immediate shock jumping into a cold swimming pool of smoking, then I think the edibles are a fine option. Joe, how much of that sticky, icky chronic did you find yourself swimming in the on the 20th of April?
Not a lot.
Okay.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before. Last time I did it was at a wrestling event that Kevin and Carl were at. Might have been a year or so ago. Kevin had a vape pen, and I hit it once, and I said, "This isn't doing anything." So I hit it again.
That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, with a larger hit, and the end result was that I couldn't speak the English language, and I had to write my words down in order to read them to communicate
True.
what I was feeling. So after that, I decided I've never really been a big any type of. It's always kind of been a misrouted situation for me.
Yeah.
So decided nope, still not for me. Sorry.
Yeah, because you went, well, I don't know the last. All right, so what was the time you smoked it before that? Like when that event?
Can't even remember college.
College
Yeah.
era. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. So 420 happened. I just remember that, and I thought we should maybe we should chat about it. But I was so friendly on my walk, you guys. I was just waving at everybody. Hey, this crazy quarantine. I know. What do you guys want to do next? You want to talk about movies, video games? What do you like?
Video
games?
movie. Sure, yeah.
Kevin,
Movie Gramps?
Yes.
what are you up to right now?
Oh, I'm playing Slay the Spire.
Will you stop and talk to us?
No, I'm
We
with
at
you
least-
guys.
We at least stream it so we can see it.
Yeah,
On the
stream
thing?
it.
What do I have to do?
Just
Screen
click-
share.
Click stream on your. Should be on the bottom left-hand side somewhere of your Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I can do that.
So let's go around and we'll just everybody
It'll
pick a
pl- it'll
movie.
play- Yeah.
There we go. Everybody, think of a movie or pick a movie you've watched since we've recorded our last podcast, and hopefully one you liked and one you want to recommend. Anybody dying to start? Anyone see something that really knocked their dick off that wants to begin?
Not really. I haven't
I've
seen
got
anything.
one, and I've got
Yeah.
a question. Did you guys experience any delay or anything just now? Because I was sharing my screen, and my end got kind of skippy and slow.
I didn't. Yeah, no, negative.
But it's
Alright,
not show.
I'll,
It's not showing anything. It just says live.
Yeah,
it-
it just shows.
and
It
it
just
has
says
like a-
chirp screen.
Alright.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
streaming it.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
So I saw a film. This was inspired by, I think we found it on Plex, Jerry's Plex. We watched the Peanut Butter Falcon this week. You
Shia
guys
LaBeouf.
seen this film? Yeah.
I've
No.
seen this. Yeah.
It's Shia
What is
LaBeouf
this?
and a retard. And
Whoa! You gotta
what?
pump those brakes, my man. It's 2020, bro. We don't. Come on, Kev.
Oh, a man with Down syndrome.
There you go. Thank you. Continue.
So anyway, Cheyenne, this retard. Yeah, they.
That's the most retarded thing you've ever said, Kevin.
Yeah, he wants to be a professional wrestler, and it's just cute. I've got a soft spot for any movie that finishes in under an hour and 45 minutes these days. So this is one of those movies you can watch it if it's 8:30. It's not too late to start this movie, and just cute. You know, it had what's her fuck Dakota Johnson, lady from 50 Shades,
Yeah.
and Shia LaBeouf in I think the most attractive role I've ever seen him in. I felt
Backwoods buff.
very attracted to him.
Yeah. So this movie, they marketed the shit out of this on whatever sites I'm on and Instagram and things like that. I mean, I saw clip after clip of Peanut Butter Falcon, and so as soon as it was available, I watched it. I liked it, and also LaBeouf, he's kind of got this weird vibe around any movie he puts out because of his just interaction with like just media and you know like interviews. And I mean he seems like kind of what's the word, like an maybe an
Unstable?
yeah, unstable, but I was thinking of
Manic?
like more of like the artistic version of unstable. Enigmatic.
Eccentric. Is that the word?
Eccentric, yeah, something like that. Like he seems like, like, oh yeah, like anytime anytime a Shia LaBeouf movie comes out that's not the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, now I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I should catch that. This guy is like putting off, like I'm a young Danny Day-Lewis vibes or something.
Wait,
but
really?
I mean that's like the most positive spin on it.
Hold on.
No, Joe. That's what I'm saying. Is like, um, yeah, he's like a regular guy, and then there is also the whole like put it through the whole equation and filter of celebrity in the United States, like our culture and how we sort of like hold them up to, as like almost you know those are the kings of this country, right? The celebrities, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, which Transformers movie do you think that he was
no.
on par with Daniel Day-Lewis in?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is he comes out of all of this and he does movies like Fury, and then Peanut Butter Falcon's a decent example of that. I'm not saying his performance is on par with Danny Day, but I'm saying he's trying to be as eccentric and bizarre as a Danny Day.
I did love him in Wall Street. Money Never Sleeps.
No one saw that. You didn't see that.
No, I'm just saying. I think your comparison to DDE is way off.
All I'm saying is
DDL.
that listen. All I'm saying is that
DDR.
No. You guys remember the art piece that he did, and it was like come into a room and like say some shit to me, and then I'll like it's like Shia LaBeouf will like cry to you. Do you guys remember this?
It sounds like he's trying way too
No.
hard, and he should just fucking do some
You
good
really
movies.
You guys
don't-
haven't heard of that?
I have
I've
no
heard
idea
of it,
what you're
but
talking about.
It doesn't sound like he's actually doing good movies, which is, if you're an actor, fuck off with your crying in a room. Do a good movie. Stop shooting fucking Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Well, he's just one of those guys that it's like, okay.
Nymphomaniac Part 2?
He's like, what? No, The Holes. Did you guys see Holes? With no, he's one of those
It's a
guys that
kids
it's like,
movie?
no, I think he like he puts himself up on some kind of weird, platform or something of like,
I think
I am
he was,
Hollywood's elite, but
I think he was
I
a
also
child
hate
actor.
Hollywood, Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a child actor, and I think he thinks he's smart and making artsy shit, but he's not. It's just
Right.
It's just
Right.
out there, and I
He
don't
was
give
a
a shit
Disney.
about it.
He was
No,
a
no.
Disney child actor, wasn't he? Like on
He was, but
like Flash
I think he's-
Forward and like Disney
I
shows.
think he's smart. I think he's smart after seeing this movie.
And what I want to say is to Joe's opinion of LaBeouf is that I think I agree, but I like flirting with the idea that yes, he's right Like he is actually the shit, and he is like one of these artists to be renowned as far as performance and acting goes. Like, what if that was true? What if all the bullshit he's putting out there is like, you know, is like true?
I'm gonna put him on the same pedestal that I put Fred Durst. I think it's entertaining,
Whoa.
but ultimately very empty and shallow.
Whoa! You can't think of at least another actor. You picked the lead singer of a new metal band.
For sure, I think that's perfectly apt
No,
for Shia
pick-
LaBeouf.
That,
No,
that was not.
no,
he was not. He
comparing-
was not on
Com-
the show.
compare
that I
Joe, did
thought he was
Shia
on.
LaBeouf fuck your girlfriend or something?
Yeah, what
what,
happened?
what do you have against this guy?
Yeah.
Just I've never seen anything that I thought, oh my god, Shia LaBeouf, let's stand up and
Have you seen the
applaud."
Peanut Butter Falcon?
Not yet.
Go watch the Peanut Butter
I'm
Falcon
sure
and come
I'll
talk to me.
hate it, but okay.
All right. So
Well,
Kevin,
if you go into it with that attitude, you can hate anything.
it's true.
That's true. I will go in with an open mind. I'll watch it.
I did that on accident with Marriage.
Mm. I went in with an open mind on Honey Boy, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah. So Kevin, like a few years back, probably more than a few years, but he did an art piece, and it was at an art gallery, and people that paid, a hefty fee could go into an all white room, and Shia LaBeouf was sitting at a table, um, I believe with like a bag over his head, and then he was crying under the bag, and you could go visit him. You couldn't. I don't think you could interact, but you could go in there, sit across from him at the table, experience that, and then move on. Like, you don't remember hearing about that, Carl? You don't remember hearing about that?
No.
Okay. It's that kind of shit that makes me
Sounds
think like,
delightful.
yeah, no, right, yeah. It's that kind of shit that makes me think either he's absolutely batshit, or maybe he is one of the greatest acting minds of our
No.
generation.
See, I go right in the middle of that. It sounds so contrived. That's like what he thinks an intelligent artist would do. Like, first of all, if you're a nobody on the street, you can't put a bag on your head, and somebody's going to pay you to cry. It seems like it's the kind of thing where he wants to look like he's rejecting Hollywood, and then continue to take roles like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
Yeah, but
Nymphomaniac.
that was a long time ago.
It's all bullshit. Guaranteed.
No, and I'm with you. I lean more towards your opinion than what I said, but I like flirting with the idea that, maybe he is, one day we'll, like 20 years from now, we'll all be old souls, and we'll look back and be like, man, LaBeouf, dude, who knew he would be who knew he would, lead the march begrudgingly, for some of the best cinematic art ever made.
What if he cured COVID-19?
Joe would
You
still
guys,
hate him.
you guys think that's possible?
Yeah, Joe would still hate him.
I don't think he's
I
working.
don't hate him. I just don't think he's that great of an actor, and think everything you've said about him is
So-
inaccurate.
No. And so what it all boils down to for me is that when he has a movie come out based on all of his antics and weirdness and interviews and whatever, and art shows where he cries under a paper bag, all that. When he has a movie come out, and maybe he just has a good manager, right? And he's like, trust me, dude, we're building. This is for the end game, when he has a movie come out, and his most recent one is Peanut Butter Falcon, I see that, and I don't say, oh, here's a coming of age story of a man with Down syndrome, and then a man who's kind of in trouble with the law, and they get together and they go on this like journey, and wrestling is involved. I see it as like, oh, it's all of that, and then also here's this like super weird kind of troubled mind actor that's in it. So maybe I'm like 10 or 20% more enticed to watch it. That's all I'm saying.
He's
If I
tricked you
explain
then.
that right at all. Well,
He-
no. I'm saying
He's tricked you.
no. I don't think he tricked me, but I'm saying that like I think I'm open to being tricked.
He's
By
a
Shia
weird.
LaBeouf?
He's a weird normal guy. He's an actor. He's asking you to pick a card, and he switches the card on you and puts out a movie every now and again.
Oh well, what what is all of it, Joe?
I mean, when has Harrison Ford ever needed to, like,
No, Harrison Ford is different because I feel like every movie he's in, he's like his agent's like, no, he doesn't want to do any movies, and Harrison Ford is like, no, I don't want to do any movies, and then somehow he still does the movies. Like I feel like he's been checked out for a long time. My
But I mean,
brother.
Well,
Go ahead.
name all your favorite actors, and how many times have they had to sit in front of somebody and cry in a paper bag to get you to watch their fucking movie?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I agree more with you, and I think that it's bullshit. Than me thinking that. Anyways, Peanut Butter Falcon. I thought it was good. Carl, have you seen this movie yet?
No, I have not.
All right, well, check it out.
I'd like to see it. I would. You know what? I also. Well, you know what else I would like to see on film right now is Joe's face. And I'm not seeing
Joey.
it on my
I would like you.
command center over here monitor.
I'd like it if Joe joined the video chat. I'll do my movie now. It's The Gentleman. Joe talked about this on a previous podcast, and we can keep it short. But this is Guy Ritchie, Hugh Grant. You got your Colin Farrells. You got your Matthew McConaughey. So solid cast. And it's Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie's last film was King Arthur. And I think we talked about this on the podcast also a long time ago about how that movie got destroyed as far as the box office is concerned and critical reception. But I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. It's an action Guy Ritchie movie. And when I say Guy Ritchie movie, it's almost the same thing as saying a Wes Anderson movie. Do you understand, Kevin and Carl? Like when I...
Yeah,
like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, it's like this guy, this Ritchie man. He's got a style.
He has a style. Yeah.
Oh yeah, big old style. And really liked The Gentleman, and I recommend it. Lots of smash cuts, Carl. I know you're a fan of the smash cut.
I love it.
This feels
love
like a
good
return
smash
to
cut.
form for Guy Ritchie.
That's true, because he did King Arthur. And I'm trying to think of what he would have done before that. He's done Snatch, but that was a while back, and that was sort of like the film that established him.
I feel like it's closer to Snatch and Lock, Stock.
Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Yeah.
The British caper film.
Yeah, bunch of British guys, and I love it. And they all have great
British
suits
people.
on. They all have great suits on, and then there's even a couple black British guys in there, which I've said many times on this podcast before. That is my favorite type of human being on the planet, and that is just an African British, whatever. Joe, help me out.
I'm really not sure if that's racist or not.
I don't know. I'm not trying to. I don't think I am being racist. I'm just, all right. So
I
let
think,
me.
I think you're being good racist.
Well, okay, that's what I'm asking. Like, is it a bad thing to have a favorite type of human? Because my favorite type of human is a black British person, an African American. You can't say African American if they're British, though. Kevin, help me, man.
No, you sure
Fine,
can.
black is fine.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
Black,
I think.
and you're allowed to
okay.
have a favorite kind of human. My
Okay, so
favorite
a
is
black
Jewish
person-
moms.
Okay,
Oh, Jewish
That's
moms
a good
are
one.
a great one. Yeah.
they're not cool though.
Yeah, but
No,
I've
but
got
they're comforting and they make a great kugel.
Okay.
I've got a sick attraction to them.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, well,
L'chaim is what I say. So yeah, that's mine. The Gentleman, wife and I watched that, and then just geeking the whole time. And then at the end, I was several twists, lots of twists in this movie, lots of fun. Who's movie talk? Carl, you got a movie you've seen? You said
I don't think I've seen shit this week that I remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
I smoked a lot of weed though. 420. You know.
okay.
You know, it's this whole month too.
All of it's bonkers.
oh yeah,
It's 4
yeah,
of
it's
2020.
4 yeah. Very. Oh yeah.
Whoa, yeah, you just blew
You
my
didn't
mind.
realize that?
Actually, I didn't. You see a meme or something? How'd you learn that? Did you just think of it on your own?
I like
just
these-
came to me.
drop this bomb on 4/26/20. A couple days left in the month.
I know. I could have been. I mean, I was already pretty irresponsible all month, but yeah. Cool. Joe, do you got a movie? Did you say yours?
I don't think I've really got anything that's mind blowing. I told you about one called Porno.
Yeah. You said this was good. It's produced by the Fangoria people, the same guys behind VFW, which we liked.
Did I talk about this last week? I don't think I did, right?
I don't think you did.
So it's not as good as VFW. That one's awesome.
Hold on. The title, just so everyone's clear, the title of the movie is Porno.
Yes, the title of the movie is Porno.
I think I've seen this film before.
Did we talk about it?
Yes,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Then disregard. Just keep watching.
Disregard.
Keep-
Watch it
keep
again.
watching it. Watch it
Another
over
thing
and
I've
over.
been watching is The Adventures of Pete and Pete, which is a former
That's a great
Nickelodeon show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Petunia.
these kids get into wacky adventures. Big Pete, Little Pete, Petunia, Dad, Mom with their metal plate in her head, Ellen, the crossing guard. It all seems so. The other thing, just been rewatching old Arnold movies. So I watched The Running Man. That one's not so good.
You and I went in on some True Lies. That was fun.
We did that. I watched Boiler Room, which is it's like the Wolf of Wall Street before the Wolf of Wall Street was a movie.
Kevin, you brought that up on this podcast.
Yeah, it said it was a poor man's regular Wall Street.
Yeah. Joe, you liked it? How many polls?
I fell asleep during it.
Oh, you dick. That movie's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, that's a great
Seemed-
film.
I
Seemed
don't
fun.
think it's fair to call it awesome. I do enjoy it.
I mean, it's
But-
awesome as far as like all the movies are concerned. Like if you compared it against all the movies, that one you should watch. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, it's just so what I think it's dominated by other movies. Like it's a good movie, but there are other movies that occupy exactly the same space that are better movies.
Wall Street.
Wall Street being one of them.
Yeah. I even think of like American Psycho and shit like that. That personality of a human, the best suits, we're eating, we're spending money because we're making money, you know, that kind of world of like trading and shit like that. Yeah.
But a good movie, and I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for old Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, he doesn't get too much credit. He was also in Gone in 60 Seconds.
He was also in The Other Sister.
Who's also that Phoebe's brother from Friends.
Mm-hmm. Frank.
Show wise, I will shout out McMillions, the McDonald's Monopoly docuseries from HBO. Really enjoyed that. Joe, you said you banged most of that out or all of that?
Yep, finished that one. Yep.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you're interested in. I mean, their opening like tag for it is like, who knew that for 20 years, all the winners of the McDonald's $1 million, monopoly was like controlled by like organized crime and mafia and stuff. It's an eye opener.
I'm really surprised McDonald's agreed to so much, like to let an active employee.
Well, and that's the thing.
participate in that.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing that I thought early, and I forgot to mention just now, is that like McDonald's, like 100% innocent in the entire operation. Like they
Okay.
they
I
had
sort of
no
assumed that
idea.
They were they were the fuckers there, but
Spoiler.
they were.
Right?
Yeah, I guess that's a quick spoiler.
Well, no, I mean they say that up front because in the first episode, employees and
Well-
higher up CEO type people from McDonald's are like on board with the FBI and the case that they're trying to build. And like the tricky part is when they first approach it, it's like they don't know who's involved. So it's like, are people from McDonald's involved? Are people from the security company that handles the printing of the little tickets, the little cards that go on the fries and on the burgers, are they involved? Like it turns into this whole thing. And I mean, you guys are all, you remember the 90s and the early 2000s and going to McDonald's with your parents on a lazy night when they didn't feel like making dinner for for your stupid ass, and you would get the burger and you could peel the thing off. You remember that, Carl? It was like a cool
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I want a fry. I get a free French fry. How exciting!
Yeah. Fuck
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna collect
Yeah.
these and try to get Boardwalk in Park Place.
Well, they were giving away
win a
$1 million
boat or whatever.
Yeah, they were giving away boats and cars and $1 million tickets and shit. That like, it was organized, man. I absolutely recommend that one. I enjoyed that. What else, boys? You want to move on to something else? We talked about movies and other such.
Yeah, do we have a
Week.
game we want to play maybe?
I think it's a perfect time for a game.
That seems fine. We can do a game.
Unlock your camera so that I can watch you unlock your phone.
No, for
Yeah,
Christ's
turn
sake.
your camera on.
What a
We got-
shy boy.
We got
Please.
we got a couple different games we can play right now. Do you want one or two?
2.
2.
I heard
I
I
said
mean,
2.
and when I say 2, I mean I want 2 games.
Okay. But do you want number 1 or 2? Why are there so many Lego screens on the what's happening?
Well, we got Zane in here. We got Constable Soborin in here. We got TKG, and we got you. TKG,
yeah.
you want to check in real quick? Let us know how we're doing on the podcast. You can unmute and just say what's up to everybody.
Yeah, I'm losing, so I'm going back on mute.
Okay, thank you. And Constable So Boring, you want to unmute and just pop in, say what's up? Maybe meet us for the first time. Is that allowed?
Come on in.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's
It's
up, man?
Constable So Boring.
Hey.
Hey, Constable.
How you doing?
Good, man. Can you see us and everything?
No.
Okay, we got our video on. We didn't know if you could see us, but how are you handling these strange and uncertain times? Are you keeping safe out there? You taking care of your family, that kind of thing?
Yeah, just been I'm lucky enough to work from home, so just staying home and going to Kroger once a week, and that's pretty much the extent of my week.
Very
What-
good.
What are you picking up from Kroger when you go there once a week? What's the must have, and do they have it? Are they out of things?
Well, luckily I started getting, well, me and my wife started getting our kitchen remodeled right once this started, so I don't actually have a kitchen. I haven't had one for 6 weeks, so frozen White Castle burgers and
There you
Those
go.
are so good.
are the hot
dude.
ticket item.
Those are so good.
There you go.
Have you gained weight, Constable?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
Have you gained as much as Kevin?
Yeah, I thought maybe you were going to say that you didn't have a kitchen, so that saved you from, having a place where you had to keep the Oreos.
No, and Little Caesars having free delivery didn't help either.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've gained weight, but I think it's strictly from the booze. I think I'm the drinking time has activated earlier and earlier in the day.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
the
been drinking
doctors,
hams.
the
No.
doctors do still recommend you drink a bottle of wine a day to combat the COVID.
Yes.
So as long as you're,
Fauci said that, I think.
as long as you're doing that.
Did not.
What?
Awesome.
Can't spread misinformation. Okay, guys, come on now.
Carl, that's accurate. Well, Constable, man, it's so cool to like talk to you after, all these years.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Thanks for your contributions.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate
Where
the
you
show.
at in the world, buddy?
I'm down in Atlanta.
There you go. Hotlanta. ATL.
Are you
Listen,
originally from Atlanta? It sounds like you have more of a northern accent. I could be totally wrong. I have no idea what an accent sounds like.
Nah, originally from Dayton. Well, around Dayton.
There you
Ah.
go.
Okay.
There you go.
Constable, I've got some Atlanta-related news this week. I got accepted into Georgia Tech grad school.
Nice.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So I'm excited
Congratulations,
about that.
Kevin.
Just fishing for compliments from Constable,
He
Kevin?
said he was from Atlanta. It's too big a coincidence for me not to say it.
Wait,
It's
you
a popular
applied to
school.
Georgia Tech grad school? What major?
Analytics?
You son of a bitch.
That's Joe's department.
I always told him that if I applied, I was going to tell him, and we were going to do it at the same time, and then I didn't tell him. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Well,
All right.
cheers. Well, cheers, Constable. It's so awesome to chat with you and know that you're doing well. Also, Carl, this is a great moment for you to just sort of mention that, like, on our Patreon right now, if how's it work? How do you get into Discord? How do you join us on the podcast?
Oh,
if you don't mind explaining that, yeah.
If you give us anything, you get in on this. You can.
There you go.
can jump in on the Discord.
Boom.
And interact a little more closely than the Twitch.
Awesome. And it's a cool, and I think this is like a weird, opportunity.
And if you're our friend, like if we know
Right.
you personally, you can be in here
Right.
too.
But like, what a weird opportunity, with all this shit going on that, like, hey, we're online and now we're doing it entirely online and live, and you can hop in and chat with us, and we'll take any comers unless you're talking a bunch of shit about Carl's Iron Maiden shirts, and then we'll have to boot you out.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're good.
It's off limits.
Awesome. What about this game, Joe?
Did Joe leave?
Do we lose him, Joe?
It's his icon looks like his headset is broken in half.
Kevin's pissed.
Joe.
We can move on to the video game chat
Right.
if you guys want.
Did
Tyler,
I tell
do
you
you have
guys
a
I got
trivia
into
game?
Georgia Tech?
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I heard analytics.
That's right.
Yeah. When
So
do you
are you
start,
gonna-
Kev?
Are you online or are you going there? Are you
Oh
going to
yeah,
live there?
no, it's fully online. Yeah, I think I'll probably go for graduation, and that might be the only time I ever set foot on the campus. It's going to start the 17th of August, which is the Monday after my birthday. So I'll have to not get so drunk that I'm hungover 2 days later.
Yeah.
Wait, what date's your birthday? I want to
There
write
he
this
is.
down.
Joe's back.
It
What
should
happened to
already be
you?
on your calendar. It's the 15th, Saturday this year. If the world opens back up by then, it's a party day of the week.
Oh yeah.
August 15th?
That's the one.
The
Yeah, it's
Ides
really
of
easy to
August?
remember because it's 4 days after my birthday.
What date's your birthday, Carl?
Do the math.
Yeah,
No.
I want you to do the math.
No.
It's the 11th.
August 8th?
It's the same as Hulk Hogan's and Joe Rogan's. We've been through this.
August 9th?
I share a
Baker is the
birthday with
8th, right?
Hogan and Rogan. Yeah, Baker's
August 10th?
8th.
Carl, you're not getting anything from me. I have no idea what your birthday is. You
August 11th. Hulk Hogan, Joe Rogan.
said that. Okay. Writing it down. Okay.
What about you got a trivia game, Joe? You got to turn your camera on.
We
so
want
can
you
see
to
that
we
sweet,
want you to
sweet
game
face
us,
of
bro.
yours.
We've got a couple, and so do we want to do? John, you said
Take your mouth away from the mic and stop screaming. Fuck.
I am so far away from the mic right now. I just didn't want there to be echo. We've
No,
got-
listen. I love you, but this podcast, if people listen to it, it's gonna be a pain in their ass when you're screaming.
Thank God that no one listens to it, because if
You're right.
people
Yeah.
did,
Constable's pissed. He was so polite when he was on here, but he was all he wanted to say. Hey, Constable, how's your day going? Well, fuck. I wish you'd tell that Joe dude to take his mouth away from the mic a couple inches. But anyway, I'll stop. I'm sorry, Joe. Games.
I'm gonna kill myself.
No.
Don't.
How will we get the scuttlebutt?
just if you kill yourself, make sure that you actually kill yourself. You don't want to be one of those guys with a hole in his face.
No, a second lot on life. Yeah. No.
Do it in the crawl space. Put a newspaper down.
Holy shit. Oh.
I think I accidentally deleted this trivia.
No,
No,
Joe,
you didn't.
Hold on.
No.
Hold
Did you
on.
delete both
You
of them?
can't do that
No, hold on. I archived
in this day and
one.
age.
No, I archived one. So when I get to my archives in Gmail. Hold on. It's probably an
I
all
just
mail.
imagine Joe crawling down into his crawl space with like, I don't know how he would do it. I suppose it would be like pills or, I mean, you can't hang yourself
newspaper
down.
he said.
What do you say?
Put a newspaper down.
Put a newspaper down. Yeah, but he would be talking
Oh.
to the collection of corpses down there while he did it the entire time. You know. Well, I guess I'm here with you guys. I bet you're all happy you have the last laugh. You know, like as he gets down there and
Yeah, there would definitely be
fighters
there'd be a record screech. Grrr! I guess you're wondering how I got into the script.
oh my god.
Oh, I don't-
Homeowner in Blendon County recently discovered, you know, you just see the body count and him, and they're just, oh my god. Channel 5.
Wait, I don't know where this
What do you
thing
got, Joe?
archived to. All right.
It belongs in a museum.
Oh no, I found it. I think. Let me just resend it to myself. Move to inbox. There we go.
Good God.
All right,
It'd be
so-
better if people could see you right now.
You just see a man staring at his phone. It's no
but
good.
it's- Better than this.
Well, nothing is better than this. We've vamped about it so long. So there's 2 games we'll play. One of which will be for the round 3 points. The other one will be it won't matter at all. So Kevin currently leading the charge with. We know he wagered 3 points last week, and he got them all, and he won. So that's at least 4. We know that he won the week before, so that's at least 5. And John and Carl yet to score.
Whatever.
all?
What? I didn't score?
No. Kevin won the game, so Kevin is currently leading, and there are still 3 rounds left to go. This being one of them. This will be the game that doesn't matter, but we'll just play it for funsies, I guess. Because John said he wanted to play them both.
Yeah, can I pee real quick?
Yep.
Can you guys vamp on a topic? Can I give you a question and you guys discuss it maybe?
Carl, can you pause life?
I don't think. Let's check with Carl first. Carl, can you pause
No.
life?
I have not figured out how to do that yet.
Okay, yeah, then give us a topic. We'll vamp on it.
What do you got?
If it's come up with the best, like if you were a band starting now, right now, you just assembled with the current condition of the coronavirus and all that. Give the listeners some of your best band names. Like you're starting a band
Easy.
in the depths of the coronavirus pandemic. All right, I'll be right back.
COVID and quarantine is, of course, the first.
Very clever. Yeah, that was a silly prompt. I think there's got to be better things we could talk about.
Yeah. Just more about college. What did you decide to do this? What do you hope to achieve?
So I'm gonna be a data scientist is the end goal. Kind of dream situation would be I want to work in like professional sports, so NFL or MLB or something. As one of those guys who tells you which guys are good, even though everybody thinks they suck.
You want to moneyball them.
Yep. I want to be Jonah Hill from Moneyball. That's my dream.
Can
Awesome.
you give us a cost on books and tuition if you're comfortable with those numbers?
It's actually surprisingly cheap. It's like one of the cheapest out of all the grad schools, like counting the ones that don't sound that legitimate. So the whole deal is whole thing is going to be like $15,000,
For
and
2 years?
that'll be spread out over. Yeah, it's self-paced, or you can do it, part-time or full-time. It'll probably take me about 2 years. So it's going to span 3 calendar years, which means that work is just the normal structure for tuition reimbursement that they do. Work is going to cover the entire thing.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Why?
I mean, partly I don't know. I'm sure some kind of tax situation that they offer that as a general benefit.
Ideally, when you hear of a work covering a college cost, there's some sort of you must continue to work for us for X amount of years because it will benefit us to have this degree. And it doesn't necessarily sound like that's the case for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's a you have to sign on for so long clause. There is, you can't just go to school for anything. It has to be like relevant to what you do for the company, but this totally applies to what I do at the company. And I'll probably end up doing my like practicum or whatever. I basically want to, because I said come.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, like a thesis project or whatever. That almost certainly is going to be done on trying to automate much of the purchasing process at our company.
Okay. So
Ooh.
it will still be applicable. I guess I don't know, not seeing the overlap between the sports and the product. But it's data analytics.
That's a separate thing. That's just what I want to. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Right.
Or I'll just keep my regular job and they can pay me more money. That would be fine too.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Don't go to the Miami Dolphins.
What were the best? What band names did you guys come up with?
Carl said COVID and quarantine, and
pretty good.
there was no reason for anyone else to try. So then Carl asked me about school again.
Okay,
Yeah, you talked about school.
good
Okay,
good
Dad.
stuff.
We were fine.
I just wanted to know if there was any sick band names that Joe gave us.
I broke it.
Okay.
I broke the prompt. Promptly.
It's allowed. You're allowed. You know what my band name was, and I can't think of it, but it was like I heard it earlier today, and every time I hear it, I think it's fucking so gnarly sounding. But then my brain doesn't remember things because I'm a big dolt. Maybe you guys can help me. And this is like the big fear with this virus and the pneumonia that can follow. And it only happens in a certain percentage of people. And it's a condition in which the body like completely way overreacts to the invasion of a virus and the antibodies and everything else that kicks in to battle that virus end up killing the body. Do you remember? Does anyone remember that term? There's no
That's
way.
an autoimmune disease.
No. But it has a name.
Lupus?
Kevin, anything? No.
COVID and quarantine.
Yeah, no. I'll look it up. I'll look it up, and I'll make an album cover, and we'll put it on our Facebook and Twitter. You're welcome. Sorry. All right. Joe's unlocked his phone.
I've unlocked my phone. I've
unlocked my next
Have you
beer.
really?
I've got a numbers game for you. It's called What's the Difference? It's a game we've played before a couple times.
It's one of my favorite.
Editions.
It's one of my favorite Eminem and Dr. Dre songs.
What's the difference between me and you? A couple bank accounts. But for
3
this one,
ounces and 2 vehicles.
you'll have to name the difference between the critic score and the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes between some famous pandemic movies.
Oh, fun. I remember
Okay.
this game.
All right.
And you can write them down, but actually just, you don't need to write them down. Just text them to me on Discord, and then we'll get the answers here. Right?
Okay.
So I'll give you the name of the movie and the year it came out and who was favored, the critics or the audience.
Yeah, I think this works better when you ask us and we announce it ourselves, though.
Yeah, I think I'll just
we
say
shouldn't chat
mine.
it to you. We'll write it down and say it to you like always.
Okay, well, that's fine too.
Cool.
All right.
And this is what you get from someone who's, sort of the top dog, the top $1,000 dog.
Yeah, he's leading all you guys. He's
Analytics.
destroying- Well,
Yeah.
what we also need to do though before that, we need to make our secret wagers. So, Kevin, as the leader, you can wager up to 3 points. John and Carl being tied at 0 points, you can wager up to 2. Can't go below 2 or can't go below 0. So, text those to me, and I will write them down.
Okay.
Yeah,
We have 3 more rounds of this.
This is round 3. It goes to 5.
All right, I've texted my wager.
Okay, I see. Do I see it? I don't see it. Or you're texting me? You're literally texting me.
Yeah, isn't that what you mean?
No, I meant you could send it to me on Discord. Okay.
Well, when we're in this camera mode, I don't know how to type on Discord anymore. Does that
I
make
see.
sense?
Oh, if you up on the left, just click on general where it says #general, and the general chat will pop back up.
I see it. Oh, and there's some naked men there. I was not
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah. Trippy.
Thanks, Tyler.
Okay, got.
It's not safe for work, folks. If you
Praise
if you
his
join the
name.
Patreon.
It is right to give thanks and praise.
I got John in, and I got Kevin in. Do I have a Carl in?
Yeah, I sent you a private message.
Oh, yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Okay.
Thought that's what we supposed to do.
Yeah, yep. Just making sure I got all the mediums covered. All right, here we go. So this will
The
be
difference. What's the difference?
What? Well, I have Jesus Christ. How many times I have 10 different texts from your wager, John.
Are you smoking a joint, John?
One would have
What's the
sufficed.
difference? Me? No, I'm just vape lifing.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay,
what's
okay.
the
I
difference
could
between
smoke a joint though. I have one right here in front of me.
the audience score and the critic score from Outbreak 1995? It came out. The critics chose higher. What's the difference between the critic score and the audience score? Tell me that number. You'll text that one to me, or I guess write it down and tell it to us, if that seems to be the way that we're going here.
Yeah, do we want to do each one, write it down, tell it, and then move on to the next one, or do all of
Yeah.
them? Yeah, okay,
Um,
cool.
Yeah. Just
I like
write
that
it
better.
down.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll go instantaneous.
I like that movie Outbreak, so I'm probably gonna be more on the side of the audience, I would think.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if you have a choice, listeners, watch Outbreak before you watch Contagion, and don't watch Contagion. Contagion's a little more recent. Outbreak is a lot more like 90 action. Let's have some fun. Like, let's create a reason for a helicopter chase to take place movie. It's a little more fantasy. Just a pro tip.
All right. What do we got? John, what number did you say? The difference between the critics and the audience on Rotten Tomatoes for Outbreak.
I'll go something like 20.
20. Okay. Kevin,
I said the number 8.
the number 8. Carl,
I said number of 13.
13. Kevin gets the points. Critics said 59. Audience said 56.
Oh, so everyone thought it was mediocre as fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Your
it's
next
a
one.
movie.
What's the difference? Pandemic edition. Pandemic swept 12 Monkeys in 1995. The critics thought it was the better film. What's the difference?
While everyone thinks I have no problem performing the 12 Monkeys theme on the Egbert family kazoo.
Oh,
would that
yeah.
be,
We
that
would
be
love
okay?
it. Yeah, we would love it for
All right,
sure.
Here we go.
Please do it.
There you go.
That's pretty fucking accurate, actually.
Yeah, and they placed it. I think that theme is on like a kind of like on a squeeze box. What do you call that thing?
like an accordion.
Accordion, yeah.
Accordion, yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. What's the difference between me and you?
Critics.
The dumb
We're on.
things.
Yeah. Did they get it? Was it overrated at the time, or
Who's the director on that one? Gilliam?
Terry Gilliam? Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people. I don't want to like help. We'll answer first, then we'll discuss.
I don't know how much you can help on this. It's what the critics said and what the audience said. So it's.
Well, I know, but I'm saying
You think it might be misunderstood for the director? I don't know.
when it was released. Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. All right, we've all got numbers down.
I got my number.
All right, Kevin, what do you got?
I said the number 10.
The number 10. John, what do you got?
I said the number 15.
Okay. Carl.
Oh, is it my turn? I
It
said
is your
20.
turn.
20.
Kevin, again, it was the number 2. Critics said 90. Audience said 88.
Damn. Critics like that one. I thought when it first came out, everyone shit on that movie. But I guess it's not when it first came out. It's the current. Never mind. Good job, Kevin, is what I meant to say.
You guys are not going to stand a chance to catch up with him.
Yeah, I think it's mathematically over if I win tonight.
Yeah.
What do you say to that, guys? He's
What
going
do
to
I
win.
say to that? What do I say to that? I say, do you kick a dog when it's down? Do you kick a horse?
I mean, this is the
Bully?
never
You bully?
fail trail for the pale. He's going to win all that trail of shit. Is that what you want? Get fired up, boys.
There's no. It's over.
Get fired up.
I'm always fired up. I always want to win.
It's
No,
over.
No,
Go home.
you've
Go home.
slept on these games for so long. All right, your next one, Quarantine, 2008. Critics were the bigger fans of this one. What's your number there? What's the difference between the critics and the audience?
Oh Jesus! I suck at this game. I'm learning. All right, I got my number.
Okay, I got one number. Carl, you got a number? Kevin, you got a number?
I got a number.
I got a number.
Okay, for Quarantine, let's start with Carl this time. What'd you say? What's the difference?
25.
25. John.
I went lower because I've been boned all night. I said 3.
Okay.
I really, really like my number after hearing both of your numbers. I
Well,
said
fuck you.
22.
22, and then what was...
Carl said 25.
Carl said
Okay.
25.
John said 3.
So I'm out. I know that.
Okay, so we need to do some math. The difference was 12.
So no. That's
I think that's John.
That's John.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. See, Joe, you tell me to get fired
Yeah,
up,
buddy.
and then you know what I do? I get fired up.
He did.
All right, we'll keep getting fired up.
Chicken, what combo you picking?
Your next one, Quarantine Flicks. This is one that I don't think people think of as a quarantine flick, but it is. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Absolutely a quarantine
2000.
flick.
2016, the critics approved of it more. What was the
Oh.
difference between the critics and the audience score?
Kevin, did you see 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yeah, I think I did actually. That
Remember
was,
John Goodman?
Yeah,
and they're down in the
girl
bunker.
locked in the. Yep. I
Did
saw
you
that
like it?
movie. No, I thought it sucked.
Oh my God!
I
Carl
loved
did.
it.
I loved it as well. I thought it was great.
Yes,
I'm
I
also
thought it
a
was
sucker
great.
for Goodman. You know.
Yeah.
Goodman and shaking his ass. That sells a movie for me anytime I see it.
And as a bad guy, you don't see him. Well, no, wait.
Well,
There was the movie Fallen
spoiler.
with Denzel Washington.
Yeah. And Barton Fink.
Yeah, he can be a bad guy. And No Country for Old Men, or I'm sorry, Oh Brother We're Out Thou, where he
Yeah.
shows up for a scene and he's just nasty. Yeah. Huh. Difference between the audio. Who had the high end on this? Who went higher?
The critics went higher on 10 Cloverfield Lane. Let's keep it moving. Everyone's got an answer. Kevin, what do you got?
I'll say 7.
He says 7. Okay. John, what do you got?
4.
4. What do you got? Carl. Just thinking about it still.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
changing
still,
his answer.
I'm
Is what
sorry.
he's doing.
18.
He changed his answer.
I didn't have an answer. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's fine.
So with the answer of 7, that will take it. It was difference was 11. Critics said 90. Audience said 79.
Joe, I'm shocked that you're picking all these movies. Well, I guess it's just the nature of the game, but in my experience, the audience is like typically higher than the critics because they're like,
I
hey,
mean,
we're just trying to have a fun movie
yeah,
night. And the
these
critics
were.
are all like, I'm pushing my glasses up with my index finger, and let me tell you why your taste in movies is bullshit. You know, I fucking
Well,
hate
yeah,
movie critics.
it turns out maybe it's Rotten Tomatoes algorithm. I don't
Sure.
know.
The critics
No,
is
no, no.
just how PC a movie is.
Well,
If it's
recently,
PC, if it's Crash in 2004, then it's going to win Best Picture, even though it's dog shit. That's what the critic score is.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
well,
Brendan
recently,
Fraser.
no, Kevin, recently, but like if you time travel, 7 years ago, Rotten Tomatoes was a website. You know what I
Didn't
mean?
they go back and rewrite history like all the other, liberal agendas? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, well,
Oh,
John,
apologize.
you're in a position to tie Kevin if you get the next 2 correct. Are you
I'm
ready?
curious. No, I'm curious about Kevin's opinion.
Hey, I just hate these cucks taking away our country. That's all. The Rotten Tomatoes cucks are.
I mean, there was
our...
all right. So there was the Dave Chappelle fiasco of 2019. We all know that. We all remember that. But what I'm wondering is like, as far as the Rotten Tomato algorithm is concerned, does that so like if you put in a movie that is like from the 80s, Total Recall, are modern like current day 2018, 2019, 2020 like reviews and scores, like does that how does that score move, or does it move? You know what I mean?
You'd have to email the good people at Rotten Tomatoes to figure that out.
Oh, I'd rather catch AIDS. Fuck those Rotten Tomato people.
Well, we can switch games midstream. We can go to the other game right now. Let's fuck this game.
No. This game.
No,
is
we
happening.
have to finish this game. Your game is great. No, Carl agrees.
No, let's go to the other game. This game.
No,
I'm winning this game. I'm not okay.
No, I want to hear the end of,
switch.
Yeah, I don't want to hear. I want to know the ending of this game.
I mean, you already know the ending of this game, but
I mean, Kevin wins, but still, what's your next movie?
All right, your next movie, Dawn of the Dead, 1979. The critics were more in favor of this one than the audience was. What's the difference between the two on Rotten Tomatoes? Dawn of the Dead, 1979. That's the OG.
Dawn of the Dead is awesome, by the way. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You have to get over the fact that the zombies are green. They did make the zombies green in the movie. That's okay if you can get through it.
You can get through it, yeah.
It takes place at a mall, and the remake is pretty like faithful to the original. So, but I think I celebrate both films.
Let's start with John. What did you say the difference was?
Oh hell, fuck it, man. I'll say 14. I'll say 14%.
14, he says. Okay, Carl. 35. Okay.
Ballsy, Carl. Very ballsy. China.
I said
Huge.
I said 12. The number 12.
So that's gonna take it. The difference was 3. Critics said 93. Audience said 90. So, yeah, not a huge gap. All right, we'll do the last one for funsies. The movie is called Black Death.
Ugh.
You heard of this?
It's kind of recent, yeah.
2011 is the
Not
year it
kind of
came out.
recent. Okay.
Stars critics as the major major audience players in here. Critics had the higher score. I'll tell you who it stars. I've never seen it, but I'll tell you who it
Black
stars.
Death. I feel like I heard of this. It's about just the plague or whatever, medieval times.
I mean, based on the category, probably. I can't tell you that for sure, but
No, as the leader of the
Probably.
game and the organizer of the game, you should have seen all these movies.
no, this doesn't seem like one to watch.
Skip it, you're saying.
I haven't seen it. It just looks like a piece of crap. It's on Netflix.
All right.
Kevin safely won this game, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is all just a fun point here. So let's not waste any more goddamn time.
Well, you tell us who you want to answer first, and then we won't.
All right, Carl, what do you got? Kevin is answering next. What's your answer?
I'll say 0.
No, Carl, what's your answer?
Carl said 7.
Oh, I thought you said Kevin.
No, you thought it rhymes. I get it.
Okay. So 7 and 0, and then John, what?
8.
All right. Let me unlock my funny.
Unlock my funny?
John, you get the point. It was 22. The critics said 71, audience 49. So
Let's
good
see
job.
some dick.
Yeah, congratulations. But a larger congratulations to Kevin for his great showing in this game. That, you know, I didn't know if he would win this one at all. He's not a man who sees a lot of movies.
Yes. If this game was Aspire, Kevin would have fucking slayed it. Yes. Good job, Kevin.
He really wants this trail for the pale. He's made an aggressive wager, and he's gotten a point for the win here. So we don't know what his total is. I do, but you guys don't. But he's clearly beating you because you guys have no points on the board.
Go, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers to Team Kevin. Oh, the in-studio audience loves Kevin.
Could be 2 years in a row that he blanks you on trivia. That's no good.
We
Guys
get
got-
no, we get it. We get it. Kevin, all hail the $1,000 dog.
You guys just got to wake up a little bit.
Something's wrong. Carl, what's fucking wrong with us that we can't defeat this this man, this dog, this $1,000 dog? What? No, you're not. You're a very smart man. Speed is not a factor. God damn it.
Well,
Now,
I mean,
come on, what are we doing wrong? No, you're not stupid. Maybe it's the
look, you shouldn't feel bad. He's just been accepted to Georgia Tech, so
this is true.
He's got a brain on him, so
He's an analytical thinker.
yeah. So we need to. I don't know what you're gonna have to do to defeat him, but he's clearly unstoppable right now. You gotta like stab him with the sword before trivia happens, maybe, and then he'll be bleeding, and then he can't possibly answer because of the bleeding.
I call that the furlough attack.
Mm-hmm.
You've just been furloughed. Slice. All
Good
right.
advice.
Good game, Joseph. The difference. But I do wonder, Carl, you're with me. You do wonder about that Rotten Tomato like algorithm, right? Like old movies. Like a movie released in 1965. What the fuck does that Rotten Tomatoes critics and audience score mean? Is that updated like based on people that have visited the site in the last couple weeks, or
Yeah.
is that like we made a score
No, it's just
when our
people who
site
have
started, or
since the existence of the site. Yeah, if you have a username, you can say, "Did you watch this movie
It's
yet?
live.
What did you think of it?"
but that means the review is circumstance to like the current like era, right? Like because it's live, right? Like I mean, Kevin, is that what you're saying? Right.
Right.
No,
Give
no,
me a
no.
specific time of the review.
But it's live now, right? Like I could go to a RottenTomatoes.com and I could vote on a review, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And critics could do the same, yes? For any film. That's what I'm wondering. I think Rotten Tomatoes is like bullshit, man. Like I think
I think for the critics, they aggregate certain critics that they've got pulled in, but then I don't know what the fan score is comprised of.
well, it was just woke critics for like the first day and a half, and it was like super low, and then they opened it up to audience scores like a couple days later, and that went right up to like 99% or something. I don't know. I want to punch everybody. Good game, Joe. See,
Yeah.
my problem is I'm competitive. Like I really in my heart like I want to win these games. So I'm pissed right now, but good job, Kevin.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You're just
Ooh.
playing video games over there or whatever. Look at him. Look at him. He's on camera. He's just like
He's
"Oh, yeah,
not
just
even
he
looking
does
at you,
not even give a
beating him.
shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Eat my ass. But I love you also, and I miss you, and I want to hug you.
Trying to get past this shelled parasite right now.
Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you bring up the you son of a bitch. Yeah, he's playing games.
Yeah, I'm playing Slay the Spire.
Well, speaking of video games, this is an excellent time to talk about some of the video games we've been playing recently. Shit we can recommend. If you're not a parent and if you're a single male or female or any other gender that you identify with, this is an excellent time to bang out that old back catalog. You know, you got those games installed. Oh yeah, I got it on a sale. Says Sally. Says James. I installed it. Says Rebecca. Says David. And now I'll just play it one day. Well, guess what? That day is here. We're talking about video games on podcast right now and what video games we played recently. Let's go ahead and start with Carl Boy. Carl, you've had some. I guess you're just still normal life. I mean, you're still just you're going to work. This not much of this is strange for you, except for when you go to the grocery store, you have to put a pair of panties over your face. Oh, wouldn't that be the best mask if someone went into a grocery store and just had like a G-string like around their face? I think you can. I mean, the first time I went to a grocery store with a bandana on my face, I was like, in Old West times, they'd be calling the fucking sheriff right now. Like this would be problems. Me walking into, a Kroger's or an Aldi's or a Giant Eagle, with this shit on my face. Yeah, they can absolutely assume that I got me a 6-shooter or 2 on draw, ready to go on tap. Carl, what are you playing? Have you tried anything new? I know you're into No Man's Sky, but is there anything new? You know, okay. Is it a mod or is it like an official release or okay? So not developer like released. Okay. Okay. So Morrowind, nice. Chubby boy, you're playing Slay the Spire right now. Is anything else like video game wise that has been tickling your pickle or?
I found a new fun phone game.
Ooh,
This is
mobile
really
gaming. We don't talk about that much on PCRN.
Yeah, it's just a little puzzle app thing that is a really good time while you're pooping. It's called Nonagram.
Nonagram.
Nonagram. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's spelled
Okay.
like Nonogram. And yeah, it's just it gives you this grid and a bunch of numbers, and you have to interpret the numbers into like a paint by numbers situation. Just download it if you're interested.
Okay. Is it like Sudoku or something like that?
It's yeah, it would appeal to the same kinds of people.
Okay. Fucking lame. Joe, do you have a like video game that you've been playing recently or anything? Joe. We lost Joe. I'll talk about the game I've been playing, and I fucking full-heartedly, full erection recommend it. It's called Stranded Deep. It's on Steam right now for $15. It's on it. What brought it to my attention is that it just got the console release on your Xbox and your PlayStation. I think it goes for $20 on those. Fully worth it if you like survival games. So kind of a weird story with this game. This was developed and initially released on early access on Steam in 2015. So a while ago, and so you wonder, oh yeah, game developed in 2015. Is this gonna look good? Is this gonna hold up? Is this a game I should invest time in or give a shit about? I think personally, I think it looks great graphically, plays great. If you like survivals, check it out. Basically your plane crashes, you land in a string of desert islands, and you can travel from island to island to collect resources. If you're familiar with survival games, with which Carl, I know you are, you need X, Y, and Z to craft this next item, that kind of thing. You'll really enjoy it. I found myself playing. I really fucked up last night, boys. Are you ready for this? I played last night until about 4:35 a.m. I just kind of sat and drank and grinded on this game, loving every minute of it. But then my eyes started to hurt, and then I realized, like, oh yeah, I have to go to bed, and the birds started chirping.
Your birds get up at 4 a.m.?
Well, maybe it was a little later than I'm being honest about.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a Friday to me.
But I want to dedicate this episode of Podcast Right Now to my wife, Maggie May Wants Egbert. She let me sleep in today until like noon or something. So it all worked out, is what I'm saying. I didn't end up finding myself in any kind of trouble the next day, because as I was doing it, like, I mean, once 2 a.m. rolls along and you're like, well, I'm not going to bed anytime soon, and then it's 3 and then 4, you're kind of like, well, fuck, I'm really going for it now. I just love this game. It's so fun. You find yourself in situations where you're managing resources, you're crafting the shit you need for the adventure at hand, and right when I should have gone to bed, sometime around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I had just crafted my first raft. And before you craft your first raft, you're using the life raft that you are given at the beginning of the game, and that thing sucks. It takes forever to paddle to another island because they're kind of far away. And things like that. And then and so I made my first like proper raft out of corrugated metal and some buoys that I found. So very exciting. Love this game. My brother Jordan's playing it, and he's not a huge gamer, and he's been messaging me like, hey, how do I build the water still? how can I how do I deal with sun exposure, things like this, and I've been having a lot of fun talking to people about it. So I can't recommend enough. It's Stranded Deep is the title, and you can find that on all platforms. So lots of fun. Carl or Kevin, if you have any questions about the game I was talking about, I'd be happy to expand.
Nah, I
No
mean,
further questions.
yeah, it sounds interesting. It's no nonograms from what I can tell.
What's a nonogram?
It's that app, that puzzle.
Yeah, different from that for sure.
Yep. Sounds like a different thing entirely.
It's like think Castaway, the movie
Yeah.
Castaway, but a game.
But like Minecraft or Rust or something like that.
It's like Minecraft, but it looks good, and it's like Rust, but it's not online, so no one's gonna come and
Bother you.
randomly just fuck you over. Yeah, and
Yeah.
take all your shit.
Or
yeah.
trap you in a pit and
Yeah. Oh
make
yeah.
fun of you and kill you over and over or whatever.
Dude,
those
how
guys
fun are those
did.
videos though?
Yeah.
Like that's actually really hilarious to like see an online player get trapped like
Yeah.
a mouse, and they have no options
In
but
a
to
giant
quit the
facility that
game
someone-
or
And
go
in a
ahead.
giant trap that someone built. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's cool. I mean, I found myself in many a predicament thus far into the game, and like I'm kind of hitting. I'm thriving now. You know what I mean? Like I'm growing plants on my island. I have a water still. I got water coming in. Because I mean, that's how these games work. You know, you gotta be hydrated. You gotta be fed. If you're not hydrated, if you're not fed, you're not gonna your general health bar's not gonna raise. It's super fun. If you like these types of games, fuck man, you gotta install this, especially for that price.
How much was it?
It's like $15 on PC, $20 on console. Spend the money. It's a good time and totally appropriate to be talking about survival. You know,
Yeah.
in these in
Time for
these
that.
times. So
Yeah.
there we
The
go.
End of times.
We did video games. We talked about trivia. We did, gave you guys some movie and some television recommendations. What do you think, boys? We wrapping her up?
think that's a good
Super
idea.
Shark never came back. We
No.
really wanted that Raccoon Story. Let me just see if I can. Let me message him here now.
Wrangle
And
him.
yeah, and I'll just call him, and then we'll see if he picks up. I'm gonna throw it onto speakerphone here. Anticipation. Let's see if we.
You there, Joe?
Joe fell asleep.
No.
15 minutes ago. Oh, he is
Still
here.
hanging out.
Oh,
Yeah.
there he is.
Joe.
Joe, what are you doing? What are your plans for after the pod tonight?
I'm gonna take the dog out on a walk.
Hold on.
A
Hold on.
lake. Well,
Joel, can you hear me? Are you free?
can't hear Joel. Joel's
here-
dead.
Oh, here we go. We got him. We got Joel. Are you coming back on?
Nah.
That's a nah.
Nah. Hard nah.
What happened? Did your child? Are the kids in bed?
Everything,
Kids okay?
yeah, everybody's fine. And then me and Lori were talking because there's that scary animal in our backyard. And then our internet took a shit, but everything's fine now.
Well, can you hit us with the Raccoon Story really quick? I mean, we kind of teased it at the top of the podcast, and the listeners are, they're a little invested now.
No, my
Yeah.
wife texts me. She goes, "Hey, is Bruce outside?" Because if he isn't, there's a person outside our bedroom door, and we have a outside bedroom door. And I was like, "What?" So I got up, and we have these big floodlights in our yard. So I went up and I turned those on just to illuminate the whole yard. And then I grabbed a metal horseshoe. That was going to be my weapon. And then I started calling. I started calling for my dog. I was like, Bruce, come here, Bruce. And I'm looking over in the direction off my deck to my right where our bedroom is. I'm like, Bruce, come here. And I hear something like shuffling over there. And then Bruce comes from the left. He comes from the other side. I'm like, oh shit, that's not Bruce down there. So then I grab my horseshoe and I start tiptoeing down there like Shaggy. And
like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoinks.
Oh, no, Scoob. And then I turned the hot tub shack, and I didn't see what it was, but whatever it was, it moved fast and it was big and it went over our fence and gone.
Do you think it was a coyote or something like that?
Sounds like a mountain lion.
Get over the fence like that.
Kevin says it might be a mountain lion or something.
Or bobcat.
Bobcat. Okay.
Or it's probably just a fat raccoon.
Maybe it was just maybe it was a Middle Eastern homeless man.
Well, it could be a what are those things? What are those things that fly around and
Cherie.
And attack?
No, that's what happened.
What do you think, Carl? What, the Night Stalkers or something?
A Dementor?
Maybe it was a Dementor.
I have chocolate frogs on the ready.
All right. Well, all the love to you. We hope you're keeping safe. We wanted you on this podcast. Maybe next time, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry it didn't work out. But,
no worries.
Why don't you guys wrap it up and come play GTA with me and Golden Bear?
Seems fair.
Okay.
Love you, buddy. All right, there you go. Super Shark Raccoon Story. Turns out it wasn't a raccoon. It was some sort of a Middle Eastern homeless man.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, boys? Shut her down? Did we do it?
That's a pod.
All right.
What do you think, Joe? You got any surprises up your sleeve? Did you go back and did you go to the future again?
He didn't time travel. He would have told us about that.
No, that takes so many resources. I wish, but
all the plutonium
last
involved.
Time you said you did it during the podcast.
Yeah, but I was also wearing my mask, and I had also already been to Kroger. I'd also gotten deli meats. So while you saw it being instantaneous, there was some pre-prep to me going back and forwards to where I had to get some corned beef shoved up my ass to do it.
Jesus.
So you didn't see it, but I did it.
Right.
But yeah.
I did not see it.
Wait, corned beef sounds like the most it sounds like the most difficult thing to put in an ass. Like, do you have a funnel or is this you know what I mean? It's like putting Play-Doh inside of a full balloon, you know?
No, absolutely. You get it sliced thin, and then you roll it up, and then just kind of shove, and that helps the acceleration process into the future.
Is that like good for you? Does it like healthy to eat it that way?
You don't eat it afterwards. It's used up as fuel.
You eat it with your butt, right?
Yeah, you butt chug some CD.
That's future travel fuel.
Oh my god! So what are you saying? You do or don't have?
No. Last week, we'll do one eventually. But yeah,
sure.
No, I got nothing right now. Is what I'm saying. I got no more corned beef.
I gotcha. Well, then, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. We thank everybody for listening. We hope you had a good time with the podcast. You can check us out on our website. It's PodcastRightNow.com. Pretty straightforward. And on that website, you can find links to our Twitter, our Facebook, our Patreon, which you can have an opportunity to support the channel. And as Carl mentioned earlier, in these crazy online podcast times, if you support in any way, whatever the lowest tier is on our Patreon, you could get right in on our Discord, and it's $1. Carl says it's $1. It's 100. It's 100 pennies. You could hop in on the Discord, and we'll ask you to just say hey and unmute yourself, and you can be on the podcast. I think it could be a lot of fun for future folks being on and adding to the content. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and just
I've been doing.
If everybody in the world gave us just $1, we'd be fucking rich, right?
It's
we'd have like $100.
We'd have at least $100 or $200. It'd be a lot of dollars.
I'm gonna add this to the Patreon tier. If you donate $100, I'll have a 12-minute conversation with you on the topic of your choosing.
And if you donate $200, we'll have a 3-minute conversation with you.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to check out our Patreon tiers. Joe Concerto will record your voicemail message. He'll do all kinds of. Yeah, that's part of the.
Yeah,
you didn't know that?
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, we're doing online web comics. At Egbert Cream on Instagram. Art sticker packs. We're doing it all, baby. So check us out there. We appreciate you guys listening. We hope you're staying safe out there. Please check me out on my Cream of Egbert's quarantine queries. You can find information for that on XS Trivia's Facebook page. And basically, it's every Thursday and Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it costs $3. And you can get in there and you can win some gift cards, win some fun prizes. Joe, you played tonight. You had some close calls in there. I believe you ranked. Would you say 5th? 8th?
I think 5th. Yeah, I won though the other week, and it's worthwhile to play. You never know what's going to come up on the trivia game.
It's a good time. It's a fun thing to do, and it'll make you feel like you're hanging out with a bunch of people, but not like on a grand scale. This is more of a homebrew situation. So check it out. And thank you guys for listening. Wave to your neighbors. Leave no trace. Pick up after yourself. Anything else, Carl, Kevin, Joe? You want to say goodbye to the kids?
Do I specifically want to say goodbye to the kids?
Goodbye, kids.
Yeah, I mean,
Dark
nice
Net
talking to you
Story.
guys.
Oh,
What?
there's Tyler. Tyler, what's up, buddy? You want to say goodbye to everybody?
No, I wanted Kevin to talk about the Dark Net.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Ooh,
No shit.
yes,
yeah.
do
Let's
that.
do that before we leave.
Okay. So yeah, the dark net. Do we call it the dark net? I always heard dark web.
Just
But,
Darknet is
dark net. That's what we like. So yeah, our friend Tyler showed me how to use the dark net a couple weeks ago.
He's ordered several Asian children, and they've been delivered to his house, and he keeps them in a bunker.
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy to use. It's just a browser and then like one sort of hub URL that he gave me where you search for all the marketplaces. And then everything's bought with Bitcoin and there's a bunch of encrypting and messages and stuff. So I tried it out yesterday. I ordered my first darknet purchase. I ordered some edibles. So if the item description is to be believed, they're super, super cheap too. So we'll
Now,
see when they come in.
When you say edibles, you mean like banana bread, fruit by the foot.
Why did we
Gushers.
start the podcast with this?
Beef
This sounds like
jerky.
way more interesting than anything that we talked about.
I don't know. Tyler didn't tell us to, so we didn't start with it, I guess.
Yeah, but you knew what you were up to.
Well, I'll have a full review for you once my stuff comes in the mail, but I'm still waiting to see if I get accosted by the FBI.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because if I get arrested for this, then I'm probably going to give it like 3 fishing poles.
Right.
But if I don't, then it could be 6 or more. Yeah, but it was super cheap. If you buy commercial edibles, what I've seen most dispensaries I've been to is like you'll get 10 gummies that are 10 milligrams each, and that'll run you $20 or something like that. The item description the item description on this shit was 1,000 milligrams for $30.
What?
Whoa.
So I don't know how that would be possible under normal circumstances, but our friend again says that the drugs that he buys are way cheaper on this darknet than they would be in real life. So maybe it's real. We'll find out. And it was a small purchase. If this works out and no hiccups or anything, then we'll start experimenting with some different drugs.
Very exciting. I mean, it's all out there on the dark webs. You could find yourself in a real spot. You could be doing probably find some mescaline. Get yourself some steroids, Kevin. I know you like to be a swole man. You could find yourself some illegal steroids. I bet you could buy blood. I bet you could buy blood on the dark web, right? Like your blood type. I wonder if that's
Tyler?
I mean, maybe somewhere. I'm
asking. I don't know.
I don't think there's not as much buying slaves or hitmen or whatever stuff.
See, that's what I think of. I think it's like a child pornography ring, but that's probably not the case,
Child porn and hitmen, the only thing it's good for.
Like it's like a crate of people. You could buy like young people or something like.
On
human
like the
trafficking.
big exchanges, probably deeper and deeper on the dark web.
I'll sell you some Bitcoin for a crate of Chinamen. That's how I think it works out.
Yeah, totally.
Like none of these things work out at all.
You can say that on television, Joe.
Bitcoin
of Chinamen.
I'll sell you 300 Bitcoin for a trade of hardy Chinamen.
There is a documentary that exists, produced by Alex Winter. This would be of the.
That's Bill.
Yeah, Bill and Ted fame. And I think it's just called Dark Web. I could be wrong, but if you Googled Alex Winter and Dark Web, I bet you would find it pretty quick. And I haven't seen it yet, but it's supposed to be a good documentary where he kind of dives deep into, what's possible, what the people are like, that kind of thing. I'm interested, so I don't know. But yeah. What do you think, Kevin? You're gonna buy people? But
no, I don't think you do buy people very often, and
I've
got no use for people.
Tyler, did Kevin did he tap on the things that you were desiring?
Sorry, what?
Did you want to hear more about my darknet adventures, or
did you get what you wanted?
Did you have questions?
Yeah, I'll ask you later offline.
No, why?
Okay, well, who sold it to you? Like, what's his name? Because if you think it sounds too good to be true, it may be too good to be true, and you didn't vet him well enough. Then I'll feel bad.
Can you talk about this live?
I don't know his name right off the top of my head. So how about there's a vendor level and a trust level? Are those meaningful?
I don't think so. Unless did he have like thousands of reviews?
He had like 300 reviews.
Oh, that's a novice seller. It's strange to me that THC gummies would be cheaper than they would be at like the store, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that they're just reselling them from legal states and then shipping them to Trump states. I don't know.
Right. My other option with this is that because like I said, the item description was 1,000 milligrams, but then if you click on the picture, it's like 6 packs of gummies, and they're each 100 milligrams each. So there's another option here, which is maybe I only ordered 100 milligrams for $30.
I'm looking at some right now. So there's like 500 milligram gummies, 25 of them for $20. I don't know if that is a good deal. I don't buy weed on here.
Yeah, that's an unreal. That
seems too good to be.
It's the strongest darknet gummies, mixed flavors. I am legend. 5,000 reviews. I'm buying this. It's a steal.
Well, there you go.
I would like just to see like who you got them from, so I can do some research.
Okay, I'll maybe it'll take me a minute to pull that name up. So I will get that to you offline.
And
I
the
guess.
whole the people buying and the slaves and hitmen, I don't think that's real.
You're saying I couldn't find someone to kill my wife on?
No, it would
the
be way
dark net?
better probably just to do it like at a local bar or like I don't know.
Okay.
Nah, if
We're
you
all
met some of the
learning.
guys at my local bar, they would just fall on their fucking face and shit their pants. My wife would never get killed.
Joe, you've been banned from all your local bars.
Yeah,
What are you talking
no,
about?
that's different. Well, that's probably why I can't find someone to kill my wife. Yeah.
But there's not like a clan of noble assassins on the dark net somewhere. Or maybe there is and we just don't fucking know about it. But if that Tiger Man couldn't get Carol Baskins killed, I don't know how us strangers can do it.
Oh, TKG bringing some light into a dark world. I love it.
Oh, Tyler, I'm playing Slay the Spire. I was just about to kill the Book of Stabbing, but I needed to use an energy potion, and I went to use it. Instead of using it, I discarded it. What the
Oh.
fuck?
Do you think Georgia Tech's gonna find out about that?
Well, they probably will now.